Well, hello. Another day, another video, another croaky voice. So I have the immune system of an amoeba and another... Oh, sorry. That's better. Or was it better with that on? Don't answer that. I'll start again. Another day, another video, another tag. Apologies for this this voice, but I do have the immune system of a single-celled amoeba. Anyway, this one... This tag's been created by Christian Osorio from his base in Chile, and I heard about it after seeing Peter Sco's video. He's in Japan. And I'm in Wales, and this is proof that this VC thing is truly a worldwide love thing. Anyway, Christian has set 20 prompts or questions all about Iron Maiden, a band I had a massive love affair with in the early 1980s when they were truly at the forefront of the new wave of British heavy metal, along with bands like Saxon, Diamond Head and Toad the Wet Sprocket. Now, I have to admit, though, that it's only really those early days, for those early days, that my love lasted, and until a couple of days ago my record collection amounted to the first 4 albums and the recently released anniversary edition of Live After Death, and then just today I got a hold of the 40th anniversary edition of Power Slave, an album I intended to buy and release, but for some reason I never did. Still, it's here now. I also have a few 45s or 7-inch singles if you prefer, along with 2 Bruce Dickinson solo albums, the debut Tattooed Millionaire on cassette, and the more recent Mandrake project on vinyl. Anyway, with that severe early days restriction in mind, I shall do my best to get through these 20 questions and to get through things as quickly as possible. I hope you don't mind, Christian, but I'll kind of like paraphrase your prompts. So first off, how did I get into the band? Well, in my youth, a long time ago now, every Friday night from 10 till midnight, I tune into BBC Radio 1's Friday Rock Show, hosted by the late, great Sir Thomas Vance, R.I.P. He either had them in session or played some early demo material, and I was intrigued, and then after I'd heard more, I was hooked. A favourite instrumental, it's got to be Transylvania. I mean, I'm still waiting for the lyrics to kick in. A favourite lyric then, well, after listening to Peter's choice, I figured I need to get equally deep and meaningful, and my offering is Charlotte the Harlot, show me your legs. Charlotte the Harlot, take me to bed. Come on, how deep do you want? A bad song? Well, on the records I've got, I can't actually think of one I don't like. Sorry. Favourite deep cut? For me, that's Women in Uniform. It was only released as a single. I have it, but do you think I can find it? The Derek Riggs artwork included a cameo, or a lookalike cameo, of our then Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher, in an army uniform. Less said the better. Right, show a book or Maiden in print. Struggling, sorry. Live experience, right. I only ever saw them once, but I describe it as what a once. Now, I've told this story many times, but on a really sunny Sunday in late June 1980, aged just 16, and having just finished my O-level exams, my mates and I went to see Maiden in the Branman Hall in Swansea, a venue that holds around 14 to 1,500 when, standing only. Now, after an afternoon on the green in front of the venue, getting drunk on cider and gorging ourselves on fish and chips, we managed to get right to the front of the stage to watch Praying Mantis first, and then Maiden themselves. It was a fantastic night, and at the end we even tried to get onto the stage, I think before stage diving had been invented even. Paul was egging us on, but security were giving this one of those you're dead if you do look, so we didn't. The next day they did a PA at the city's HMV record store, so we went along to meet them. Now, being a Monday morning, we were the only ones there, and we chatted with them about music and football and loads of stuff for a good hour. Paul in particular was really chatty, and he even remembered us from the night before, saying, "You were the guys trying to get on the stage." When I asked Clive Burr why he didn't play a double bass drum kit, Paul chirped in, "Don't encourage him, he can't even play one yet." They were all just down-to-earth young guys, not much older than ourselves. We were only like 16, 17, 18, some of us maybe. And they were so happy to chat. I got their autographs, but again, do you think I can find them? Sorry, it's a long answer, but that is one of my earliest and one of my greatest ever live music experiences, Christian. Right, your dream live experience, anytime, anywhere, any place. Was it that Martini when it advert? Anyway, it would be back to that night in 1980, and I would. I'd take a 9-year-old Peter Scove with me, as long as he behaved himself and didn't eat all my chips. Right, 5 records to take on a desert island. Well, the 5 ones I own. A song to play to introduce a new listener to the band. It's got to be for me. Murders in the Rue Morgue. Pure Maiden at their finest. It's what they do, what they did. A release in more than one format. Now, I used to have the debut album on CD, but I gave it away. Now, I do have some 45s and also a cassette of Bruce Dickinson's debut solo album, Tattooed Millionaire, but otherwise, sorry, no can do. The Blaze Bailey years for Prompt 12, they passed me by. I've not so much as heard a note. Ooh, this one, I know, favourite B-side. It's got to be I've Got the Fire, which is on the reverse of Flight of Icarus. It's a cover of a Ronnie Montrose song. Remember him? Bad Motor Scooter. And also one that the band I was in back in the mid-80s used to play. Shush, Dex. A driving song, Running Free, of course. Now, a song to introduce yourself, shh, Dex, to new neighbours. Well, if I ever move from this house, I doubt I ever will, but it would have to be to a particular address, and that address would be 22 Acacia Avenue, and I play that at max volume. Favourite band member for me, it's got to be Paul Di'Anno. Now, people said he could be difficult, salty, but not when I met him. He wasn't. He seemed genuinely as interested in us and what we were up to as we were in him and the band. Really was a nice guy. First and last tracks on a long walk playlist. Well, I can't walk far these days, but if I could, I'd go with Prowler and then right through to Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner from those first 5 albums. Favourite sports and sports team? Well, my favourite sport, Christian, is cycling. I used to compete to a decent enough level. I had dreams of becoming a professional, but that never happened. My favourite sports team is my local football team, Swansea City, who play usually really badly in the EFL Championship. We had a few years in the Premier League, but we got relegated 2018 and we haven't been back. A record I want to see from Iron Maiden, I'd like to see a jazz/swing version of The Number of the Beast. That'd be quite cool. Lastly then, why do you still listen to the band? Well, sadly, I don't as much as I used to. And hopefully, this doing this tag will inspire me to listen a little bit more now. I might even get some more of the new stuff. Well, there you go. Or do you actually? Somebody set a 21st prompt asking about records owned featuring members of the band. Well, as I've already said, I've got Bruce's debut as well as his Mandrake project. He toured that last year or year before. And he came to the arena here in Swansea, but I couldn't go, sadly. Now that is the tag finished, and thanks, Christian, for bringing back so many happy memories, especially of that night in June 1980. I hope you enjoyed my responses to your tag, even if my answers are constrained to the band's earliest of early years. Anyway, until next time, everybody, be nice to each other, okay? Ta-ra.